There's always a lot of controversy over wind and how wind affects each setup. I have my own personal ideas on that, and me personally, I think every situation is different. Every situation is different. You cannot necessarily take what you've learned from what you've read or seen and use in this place, and this place. Everything's different. Thor, what do you think about that?
The deal with the wind is simple for me. You know, you hear a lot of guys say, always hunt facing downwind because a coyote has a tendency to circle downwind. I agree with that to a certain degree. You need things, in that situation, you need things to benefit you so that you can make that work in your favor. If you're hunting thick terrain and stuff like that, I don't necessarily agree with that. I agree that that's a good idea if the situation benefits you to where you can force that coyote into a downwind situation to make him expose himself and take advantage of his tendency to circle downwind. Every situation doesn't give you that advantage, and when that's the case, don't go with rules of always facing downwind, because there are a lot of times where that's not going to benefit you and you will be winded if you face downwind and hunt in the wrong situation, in particular thick terrain. Now, people can argue about that all the time. We kill a couple hundred predators a year in a 2-month period in extremely thick terrain, and we rarely have the opportunity to face downwind. If we get it to where we've got a good open area or something like that, to where we can see a large area and cover a downwind spot, then it's a good idea, and if you can use it to your advantage, go for it. But don't get hung up on rules of always facing downwind, always facing upwind or crosswind or anything else. Look at your situation, use common sense, and go with what's right for that situation. Don't put rules on you that limit you to stand setups one way or the other. And I don't care where you hunt. That's true in all situations. There are areas like open areas. We hunt some in Kansas. We've got a lot of open ground out there that we hunt. We use a lot more facing downwind setups in that situation because we can manipulate that coyote and force him to go where we want him to go. Here in South Arkansas, we don't always have that option, so we'll use other things like a wide open clear cut or something like that. He's not going to go out there in it most of the time, so we're not going to face downwind looking out into that clear cut and expect to kill very many coyotes. What we will do is put the wind in that clear cut if we have that option, and then hunt with the wind in our face and expect that coyote to run that edge line right in there to us. And you can do that anywhere in the country. We've hunted a bunch of different states. We don't let rules dictate how we're going to set up. And I know Got a big good looking coyote out of the deal. Walk down here and get this thing, we'll take a look at him.
It's a big sucker.
This is a big heavy coyote here.
See if you can put him in this open.
People talk about weighing them all the time. I don't ever weigh them. But this one here's a big one, and he's heavy.
Yeah. Golly.
That's a big Arkansas coyote. Put the hurt on him too. A little older dog. What we done this morning, got Kerry Wayne with me. He knew these coyotes were in here. There's a couple cow pastures behind us. We're probably 75 yards inside the tree line off those pastures. We had a crosswind right here. We got a thicket on each side of these open woods. And we got a crosswind blowing, kind of angling back towards the pastures. It was going to make it hard for these coyotes to get around us and smell us. So we set up in these open woods between the two thickets with the field at our back and the wind blowing out in it. And come in here to give them a couple howls on the pup howler. And right after that, I went into a little bit of rabbit distress. And it wasn't but a second. We had this big coyote coming in right to us. Got him in close, popped him with the shotgun. That's how you want it to work out every time. A fun hunt, big good looking coyote. MFK team pile getting bigger. We're gonna see if we can get another one pretty morning.